So my video got cut off because I didn't have space on my phone, but this is part 2. So yeah, the Lord was really teaching me a lot about singleness and how the desire for marriage can also be a material for sacrifice for the Lord and an offering to Him, to give to Him, and He can fulfill all of those desires in my heart. And so I really thought maybe I'm called to singleness. Maybe singleness is what I'm called to. And I was okay with that. I was really like, okay, that's fine. When I go back to Uganda, I can have a woman's discipleship house or, have children that I'm having in my house, things that it would be harder to do if I'm married. So when I came back to Uganda, my mindset was really that I might be called to singleness. So I came back to Uganda in March of 2022. So I was home for about 4 months.
Yeah, I think when she...
Oh, bro zoning. You have to tell them about
said
the bro zoning.
I stay in Uganda, so I think for the beginning of the year 2022, I decided to surrender everything. I don't know how it worked out when she was surrendering even me. Then I started reading the word each and every time. Like, my life changed, not because I wanted her, but I decided to pray and to know more, to study more the Bible and know God. And I remember I used to try because I liked her. I used to be in her inbox, telling her I miss her, and she would resort me like, "Oh, I miss you too," but like others, I love you.
In the same message, I would say brother twice. I would be like, "Hey, bro, how are you doing, brother?"
Like, I like you. Oh, I like you too. Like others, like I like Amma, like I like one.
Like our other friends.
But I remember I prayed. It was like, God, if she's the wife you prepared for me, I believe in you.
Yeah.
So you gave her to me. So I focused on the word and prayer.
Yeah. So when I came back, he read the word and he prayed before, but I noticed a big change in his life. And it wasn't like the quantity of time he was spending, because he was reading before and praying before, but his character had changed. He seemed to mature a lot to me. And he would be like just sharing scriptures all the time, and that was really attractive to me when I came back. And our friends together would be like, "Have you talked to Allan lately? He's like always reading his Bible. All the time he's reading his Bible. He's always praying." And I was like, okay, this is interesting. So I was taking note of that. Then after I got back, we liked each other, and it was hard to deny that. The feelings were there, and it was obvious that it was both of us liking each other, even though I tried to deny it. So we decided to take 1 week
of praying.
So we tried to be separate for that week, not seeing each other, not texting, not calling, no communication. We saw each other at church probably, but we just spent the week praying. And when we came back together, the Lord had clearly told both of us now's not the right time, and to wait. So it didn't feel like I was saying no, but it felt like he was saying wait. And that was hard. It was really hard. So then in April, I got to meet his sister and little brother, which was a cool moment. We were friends at the time, but it was fun to meet them. And then in May, my pastor came from the U.S. With 2 of my mentors. And so they got to meet Allan, and Allan had a meeting with my pastor. Tell them about it.
I remember I had a meeting with Mikala's pastor, and I remember he asked me, "So, brother, what do you want to talk about?" I remember I was scared. I was like, I like your daughter. That's what I told him. I like your daughter. He looked at me and he kept quiet. I was thinking, what is he going to say? What is Then he said, "Did you pray about it?" He was like, "Pray about it. Pray about it." Yeah, you pray about it. So that's what he said. Pray about it. I was like, okay. I really pray about it. But I was praying and I really liked her. And he said, continue praying, and which was good, for God's timing and how to do things, not because we want to, but how God wants to. So, yeah.
Yeah, and my mentors, they already knew that I had feelings for him, so he was the first Ugandan I introduced him to when they came here, and yeah, they approved of him too, but they also suggested that we wait and we keep praying, and so we followed their advice and instruction. We felt like that's what the Lord was telling us to, but then in June, towards the end of June, Allan, he got me a bracelet. And he asked me to, did you ask me to officially be your girlfriend on that day? So we dated for like 1 week. It wasn't even a week. It was like a few days.
Yeah, it was a few days.
And then what happened?
Felt like God was telling us again, really wait.
So he came to me and I was excited. I was like, this is now my boyfriend. And he was like, you know what? God has told me that we have to wait again. And I was like... Yeah. I didn't want to believe it, but I really felt like God was telling me that too. And so I admired that he was strong enough to say wait and that we had to break up after that. But yeah, it was still really hard, but I admired that quality in him, which made me like him even more. And so we spent a lot of time trying to not be together. We would try to not be together, but it was really hard. We would hang out. We were always around each other. Our friends are the same people, so we're always in the same groups. And he would try to avoid me by sitting across the room from me, and I would just feel like I want to sit next to him. It was so hard. It was really hard, but I think we learned a lot in that trial, and it showed like we were willing to obey God. If God said never, we would have agreed and said never as well. But then August 1st came. And on August 1st, Allan asked me to be his girlfriend, this time officially. And yeah, we had a really short dating and engagement period. But by the time we really started dating, we are already talking about engagement. It was already on our minds that we were going to get married because we had really felt like the Lord was leading us through this season. And yeah, I went back to the U.S. again for 3 months. And so we dated via WhatsApp video calls. He video called me every day.
And it was good.
Yeah, it was good. It was safe for us because we value purity, and so we wanted to be pure and before marriage, and being apart physically really helped with that, and it helped us to grow in intimately knowing each other as well before marriage. So yeah,
it was nice. And I remember I used to talk to Tad. We were not yet freely talking, and not yet started.
That's my pastor, by the way.
Discipling me, but we were talking, and he told me, "Hey, brother, you have to wait. You have to wait. Stay pure, because once you mess up, then this is not going to work out." Yeah, because I loved God and I loved Mikala. We fought hard, though it was hard to keep ourselves pure. Even if meeting. We would call at least a friend, one of our friends, to be there.
When we were back in the same country.
The same country. So, yeah, it was too hard to wait, but it was worth it.
It was worth it, yeah. It was worth it. We had a rule that we wouldn't be alone together. And so we have had a few friends that would always come. We would just call them like, hey, we're about to be in a bad situation. Come now. If we were ever close to being alone in the same room together. Outside it was different. But yeah, so I came back to Uganda in November. The beginning of November, we faced some really, really tough trials. Some of the hardest trials of our life. But God really used that to refine us and prepare us for marriage and bringing us together. And Allan proposed to me on November 9th. Was it November 9th? I think it was 9th. I feel like I should remember that. But he proposed to me, and then we were planning already that we were going to move to Hoima and get out of Kampala and start ministry in Hoima. So pretty quickly after we got engaged, we moved to Hoima. We got this house we're in now. So Allan lived with his brother Edgar. This is his hometown until we were married, and I was staying here by myself. Then we got married on December 17th. We had to do a civil wedding, so we got married on the 14th legally, but we didn't consider that our real marriage. We waited until the 17th after we were married, and my pastor Tad was able to come and perform the ceremony, and my friend Joe from the States also came. So yeah, that's how we got married. And the Lord really blessed us so much. It was a crazy decision to get married, one, that fast, and two, in Uganda. That was really hard for me. The Lord really told me to surrender my idea of marriage, and that my concept of marriage was cultural, and that our marriage will still be good and blessed. And it is good and blessed because we did things God's way. We got married when He wanted, how He wanted. We stayed pure, all to His glory and with His help and grace along the way. So yeah, this video is getting a lot longer than we expected. But I think that's our story. So this is Allan. He's a great man. He loves the Lord. He's kind and he's compassionate. He loves kids. He's a great dancer. He can sing. He can preach. He can MC. He's a really good MC. He used to be called Slim Daddy. That was his nickname before. I'm kind of happy that nickname is going away. What else? Yeah.
I think that's so.
I can keep saying good things.
It's okay.
Okay, so that's us, the Bagambe family.
Yeah.
And we love you. Thank you for everyone who stuck through and watched this really long video.